In today's episode of Mind Mirror, we will talk about breaking down cognitive distortions that reframe positive moments as threats and how this quiet mental habit affects long-term joy. Have you ever found yourself standing in front of a beautiful sunset, only to feel a sense of unease wash over you? Perhaps it was a warm conversation with a friend, but instead of feeling uplifted, you couldn't shake the feeling that something is off. This isn't just a fleeting emotion, it's a lingering presence that haunts your mind, slowly eroding your capacity for joy. You see, we all have a way of reframing positive moments as threats. It's like our minds have a built-in filter that constantly scans our experiences for potential dangers, even when there aren't any. This phenomenon is known as cognitive distortion, and it's a quiet mental habit that can have a profound impact on our long-term joy. One common type of cognitive distortion is the catastrophizing effect. It's where we take something pleasant and imagine all sorts of terrible outcomes. For example, if you're planning a vacation to Hawaii, your mind might start racing with thoughts like, what if my plane crashes? Or what if I get sunburned? These thoughts are completely unfounded, but they can make it difficult for us to fully enjoy the experience. Another type of cognitive distortion is the overgeneralization effect. It's where we take a single positive event and apply it to our entire life. For instance, if you had a great day at work recently, your mind might start thinking like this: if I can just have that same level of success every day, then everything will be perfect. In reality, the universe doesn't work that way. There are going to be ups and downs, and we need to learn to accept and appreciate them. Then there's the mental filter effect. It's where we focus on the negative aspects of a situation while ignoring the positive. For example, if you're planning a party for your best friend's birthday, you might start thinking like this: I'll never be able to afford enough guests, or the cake is going to be a disaster. Meanwhile, you're overlooking all the fun and excitement that comes with celebrating someone special. Now you might be wondering why these cognitive distortions are such a big deal. Well, the truth is that they can have a profound impact on our long-term joy. When we constantly reframe positive moments as threats, it's like putting up a mental fence around our happiness. We're not allowing ourselves to fully experience and enjoy the good things in life. But here's the thing: breaking down these cognitive distortions isn't always easy. It takes self-awareness, patience, and practice. You see, when we catch ourselves thinking negative thoughts, we can start to question why those thoughts are there. Are they based on facts or just our imagination? Are there any other ways of looking at the situation? As you begin to explore these questions, you might find that your mind starts to wander in some unexpected directions. Maybe you'll discover hidden fears or worries that you've been trying to avoid, or perhaps you'll uncover a deep-seated need for control or perfection. Whatever it is, acknowledge those thoughts and gently let them go. Now I know what you're thinking, but how do I stop these thoughts from happening in the first place? Well, it's not about stopping your thoughts entirely. It's about learning to observe them without getting caught up in them. Think of cognitive distortions like a fog rolling in over the landscape. You can still see the trees and rocks beneath the surface, even if you can't quite make out their shapes. To get started, try this simple exercise. When you catch yourself thinking a negative thought, pause for a moment. Take a deep breath in and ask yourself, what's really going on here? Or is there another way of looking at this situation? As you practice this skill, you'll start to notice patterns in your thoughts and emotions. You'll begin to see how these cognitive distortions are holding you back from experiencing the joy and happiness that's available to you. Now I want to share a personal story with you. When I was younger, I had a habit of catastrophizing about everything from traffic jams to failed relationships. It was like my mind was constantly racing with worst-case scenarios. But as I began to explore these thoughts and emotions, I realized that they were rooted in deep-seated fears and worries. It wasn't easy to change this pattern of thinking overnight, but it started to shift over time. I began to practice mindfulness and meditation, which helped me develop a greater sense of self-awareness and patience. I also started to challenge my negative thoughts, asking myself if they were based on facts or just my imagination. As I did this, I noticed that my relationships with others became more positive. I was no longer stuck in a cycle of fear and anxiety. Instead, I was able to show up fully for the people and experiences in my life. And as I looked back on these moments, I realized that they were some of the most precious and joyful experiences of my life. So I want to leave you with a challenge today. Take a moment to reflect on your own cognitive distortions. Are there any negative thought patterns or emotions that are holding you back from experiencing joy? Take a deep breath in and ask yourself, what's really going on here? Or is there another way of looking at this situation? As you begin to explore these questions, remember that it's okay to stumble along the way. Breaking down cognitive distortions is a journey, not a destination. It takes time, patience, and practice, but I promise you that the payoff will be worth it. You'll start to see the world in a new light, with all its beauty and wonder waiting to be discovered. And as you look out into the sunset one day, feeling that familiar sense of unease wash over you, remember that you have the power to change your thoughts and emotions. You can choose to reframe those negative moments as opportunities for growth and joy. It's not always easy, but with time and practice, it becomes second nature. You see, breaking down cognitive distortions is like unlocking a door in our minds. Once we step through that doorway, we're met with a world of possibilities and wonder. We can experience life more fully, with all its ups and downs, and still find joy and happiness in the midst of it all. So go ahead, take a deep breath in and ask yourself, what's really going on here? Stay tuned for the next episode of Mind Mirror, a reflection of thoughts you never say out loud.